Sean "Diddy" Combs reacts to being denied bail after trial verdict. Hours after Sean "Diddy" Combs showed relief after being acquitted of charges of sex trafficking and racketeering, the music mogul was denied bail and appeared deflated in the courtroom. Sean "Diddy" Combs is reacting to his fate. Hours after the 55-year-old was found guilty of 2 counts of transportation to engage in prostitution relating to ex-girlfriends Cassie Ventura and a woman who testified under the name Jane, but acquitted of sex trafficking and racketeering charges, U.S. District Judge Arun Subramanian denied his request for bail. Upon learning that he would not be released on the $1 million bond his defense team requested, Combs responded by sitting with his head down and his hands in his lap, appearing deflated, according to NBC News, who had reporters in the courtroom. At one point during the defense's rebuttal to the judge's bail denial, the Bad Boy Records founder raised his hand and began standing up as if to speak to the judge. But he ultimately spoke to defense attorney Mark Agnifilo and did not address the court, per the outlet. Ultimately, the judge reaffirmed his decision to deny bail, explaining that the defense's own arguments during the trial conceded that Combs was guilty of domestic violence. According to NBC News, domestic violence was not one of the charges in the federal case. As a result of Subramanian's decision, Combs will remain behind bars, where he has been since September, until his sentencing hearing, which is currently scheduled for October 3rd. The judge, however, has asked the prosecution and defense to meet on July 8 to discuss a proposal to move up the sentencing date. The maximum sentence Combs, who pleaded not guilty to all charges in the case, faces for his convictions is 20 years. But prosecutors are seeking a prison term of 51 to 63 months, per NBC News. The defense is asking for a term of 21 to 27 months. The music mogul's quiet demeanor after his bail denial was in stark contrast to the relief he showed upon hearing the verdict in his case. After learning that the jury has acquitted him of his sex trafficking and racketeering charges and, as a result, removed the possibility of being sentenced to life in prison, Combs got on his knees and placed his head in a chair, seemingly putting himself into a prayer-like position, according to NBC News. The news organization also noted his family stood in the courtroom, clapping and cheering, while the defense attorneys hugged each other and Combs eventually hugged lawyer Brian Steele.